Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome back to another episode of Dirty Dog Trucking on ATS. Now, there's something new about the game, and I'm going to show you here in a second. You know, one of my goals in the game is to drive across I-40 all the way across from there to Wilmington, North Carolina. Problem is that the game only has 7 states. Well, it now has all 48 states. That's right, folks. I got the coast to coast. And we can go to Wilmington, North Carolina, if we choose. And there's something else I noticed. Now, we are in Albuquerque. The reason we're in Albuquerque is because I want to test out the other states. And I didn't want to start out, in Reading and have to drive all the way to New Mexico. So I teleported down to Albuquerque, and we're going to test this out today. We're going to go, hopefully, to Fort Smith, Arkansas, which means we're going to go across to Texas and Oklahoma into Arkansas. We're going to test this out and see if it's compatible. I also noticed something else. When I was looking at the garages, and I looked at what garages we could buy in the new episode, and we can buy a 2 can carry, which we could not buy before. That was not on there. El Paso, that's in Texas, so that's good. Colorado, we can do Colorado. Idaho only has 2 garages. You know, some of these are not accurate because this should actually be over a little bit. It's actually in, that's actually going to be in Oregon. Looks like it's kind of on the wrong side of the border there. We have Missoula, Kalispell. We have a lot of places we can go. You know, South Dakota, this should be over a little bit, just a little bit closer to the border. Sioux Falls is not on the border, it's over here and down a little bit. It's not accurate, it's not 100% accurate, but Minneapolis or Milwaukee, Milwaukee could be up there. Minneapolis, St. Paul, I don't think is up here. I think that's actually more over this way. Chicago's good. Detroit is actually down a little bit, I believe. Maybe. No, maybe not. Maybe Detroit's good because this is the land here. I could have picked up Canadrine, which is to pick up Canada. And I could have picked up Mexico as well. Not that I'm going over there, that's the water. Could have picked up Mexico as well. But I didn't. I didn't pick those up. I picked up coast to coast. Thanks to Wombat Trucker, another YouTube channel. He had mentioned it on one of his, and I'm not sure if he's involved in the creation of this, but I want to show you that you can't not get loads on the World of Trucks. There's no loads on here going anywhere that the other loads didn't before. So, you get your loads on the freight market, go to the freight market, and you'll see that it goes from Barstow to Key West, Florida. Now, of course, you still have to click on this because we're in Albuquerque. We can go to Columbia, South Carolina, Orlando, Florida, lots of different places. The one that I want to take today to kind of test the game, we're going to give it a pretty good test, is this one, the Frozen Fruits to Fort Smith, Arkansas. And the reason for that, the reason I want to do that one, is because it's a pretty good trek. I mean, it's 13 hours. It's going to be almost 14 hours of driving, and it's right here where we are. Because remember, in our Albuquerque, the Walmart or Walberts, they call it in the game now, is right across the street from where we are. Could have taken any of these to Cheyenne, Wyoming, to Dallas. Could have taken any of these, but I really don't want to do a super long trip. I don't want to do a 30 or 40 or 60-hour trip as some of these are now, until I test out coast to coast and see how it works and if it's compatible. Wombat had said there were some issues with it, and he had corrected those issues. So let's take this load going to Fort Smith, Arkansas. Should be a simple right across I-40. It's not doubles, it's not triples, it's not oversized. Hopefully it'll be an uneventful trip. So let's get on the road here. I'm going to do any time lapse or if there's going to be any editing. I don't know. We'll see. Sometimes I'd make that decision after the fact. Okay, we're at our resting spot. And we're going to start the
Ready
engine.
to roll.
And we are ready to roll. I believe we're just going across the street here, if I'm not mistaken. And boys and girls, guess what? It's going to rain on us again. There's something new. That seems to happen a lot to me. I start out on a trip and it's raining. Oh, lightning too. Wow. Well, can we get some snow in here too? Or maybe a little hurricane or something? Probably not a hurricane in Arizona or in New Mexico, right? Well, alrighty then. Red lights cut on. Well, look at that view. Wow. That's where we're going right there. There's our trailer, actually. Well, if we can see it without... There it is right there. The CR England trailer is the one we're picking up. Okay. Let's see if we can get over there in the rain, as always. Again, we're a little bit oversized because we have that extra sleeper on here, but we're going to see if the steering's working and I added some new mods again, so you never know.
Turn right.
Now look where we are when it tells us to turn right. That just amazes me. I guess smart people are not driving in the rain, are they? We'll go over here and pick up our trailer. And we're going to drive in the rain, aren't we? Gee, loads of fun there.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left. It was a nice ride.
Yes, it was. Okay, remember we have to go to the freight market. And we're going to go to Fort Smith, Arkansas. We could go to Kingsland, Georgia, which is a super long trip. That would be 31 hours, but I really don't want to test the waters that much, so to speak, since it's raining again. We could go to Childress, Texas, which is actually, I believe, right here. But I want to stay on I-40, so I think we're going to go ahead and take this load. We're going to go and take this one, and we're going to go to...
Let's go.
Yes, we are. We're going to go to... I already know where the trailer is, so... I believe it's that one right behind us, isn't it? Make sure. Yep, there it is. Okay. Let's be legal about to put on the flashers.
Drive safe.
I will if you will. Okay, let's see which way we're going here. We're going to the left, so we're good. We're good, folks. We don't even have to do the wide swing to get out of here. Well, I'd like to see the road. There you go. Okay.
Turn left. Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
And we're off, folks. We're going to go to Fort Smith, Arkansas today.
Stay right, and then turn right.
Should be uneventful. It should be straight across 40. Might play some music for you. Might play some music for you during this one. I don't think I'm going to talk very much. We might do a little bit. I don't know. Again, we'll see, won't we? We'll see when we get to...
Turn right.
Well, we're getting on 25 here. Well, eventually we're going to get on 25. We need to get on 40. I want to go across 40, folks. See where they have us going here on 40. Yep, we're going to take 25 down to 40. Yes, sir, we are. Again, I don't turn right on red. It's just something I don't do. I do here at home because I know it's law here, but the fact that another truck does it doesn't mean it's legal. And we're off to Fort Smith, folks. looking for that steering wheel. I keep finding them, but they're just, all over the map on price. From $20 or $30 for a cheap one, which I don't want, up to $1,200 for the ribbon, which I don't want. I'm not going to spend $30 on the steering wheel unless somebody can buy it. But I have seen some good ones. Not sure I'm going to use the pedals and all of that. I'm not sure. You have to understand this is a game. It's not real life. Working on the Peterbilt 350 PRV, and if I'm going to spend $30 on the steering wheel, it's going to be one for out there. So soon we will be in Texas, because I know this doesn't take very long. We'll be in Texas, and we'll see how that border crossing works in the new coast-to-coast mod that I put on. I believe this is coast-to-coast 2.11, for anyone that's wanting to know that. They also have the Mexican one for Mexico. They have Canada. It's called Canada Dream, and I have not gotten that one either. The problem with downloading the mods is I downloaded them somewhere else, and every time I downloaded one of them, it was either difficult to find how to download it, or they wanted you to download some other computer software. For instance, on the one thing they wanted me to download was a driver finder, and another one was scan your computer, and I just wasn't going to do all that. Not downloading other people's software to get the one I want. So I found this one, and luckily I'm smart enough to know how to get rid of all that other stuff that I had to download with it. Folks, we're not doing too well here. We're all over the road here. I don't think we are. I don't think we're in Oklahoma yet. I think we go through Oklahoma and then down to Arkansas. So we're actually going to go through three. We're going to be in three different states. When I go through them, we're going to be in three states today. Other than New Mexico where we started, three new states. So we something a little different. And we've done that before. We've been in three states in one day, but not these states. And I am liking this. Trucker Clay and I have talked about this. He may pick this up too. And if he does, he'll probably put his videos out before mine. Because my videos are scheduled 8 weeks in advance. Simply because I'm trying to get the 352 done, and I didn't want to be behind on videos, so I advance all mine 1 day at a time, 5 days a week, and hopefully that'll give me enough leeway to work on the RV and not have to worry about dividing my time. Again, I'm in here today because I love this game and I want to check out the coast to coast. And maybe I was having withdrawals, I don't know. You can become addicted to these games. I don't mean that in a negative way, I mean that in a joking way. But you can become addicted to them. You can become where you have to play the game every day. Doubles. We could have pulled doubles over here too, but I didn't want to. I chose to pull the single, because actually the single paid more than the doubles and was going the same place. I just didn't want to have too many irons in the fire here to test everything. Well, that said, we've been to that rest area before. I don't believe we could have been, because we've never been there before. I'm not sure why it said we were there. Whoop. Must be going 80. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Let's keep on the road. Oh, speeding dropped. Okay, I didn't see that.
Get ready to exit right. Exit right.
I have to stop up here there. Well, 80 some miles an hour, I can't steer. Oh, that was a challenge getting in here. Man, yeah, it's 80 miles an hour is a little fast. Okay, 81,290. Good thing we got that extra axle. And we have extra fuel. I think the fuel actually puts us over. You know, we have, like I said, we have a lot of fuel on board. We have 450 gallons of fuel. That should be enough for a very long day. Now we're back on Interstate 40. I don't know why it said exit right. That was weird.
Go straight.
I know in the Peterbilt 352 RV I have air seats in the cab. And when you hit a bump, it does exactly that. You go up and down a little bit. And you adjust the seat a little bit tighter, and it limits the bounce, but you still get a little bit of bounce.
Go straight.
So this game is very realistic. At least we don't have rain the whole trip. And we don't have the whole trip. That'd be a long 13 hours. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the map when I'm finished here to see if they cheated us out of that little bit of I-40. We'll pick it up again sometime, I'm sure, because I'm going to go back and forth across the country. Our next stop, I don't know. We'll probably keep going east because I do want to get all of I-40, so we'll find something going across 40 from Little Rock. And eventually we will end up... I have to stop up here there. Well, 80 some miles an hour, I can't steer. Oh, that was a challenge getting in here. Man, yeah, it's 80 miles an hour is a little fast. Okay, 81,290. Good thing we got that extra axle. And we have extra fuel. I think the fuel actually puts us over. You know, we have, like I said, we have a lot of fuel on board. We have 450 gallons of fuel. That should be enough for a very long day. So I did that because I don't want to have to find somewhere to have fuel. If you're hauling doubles or triples or a long load, you don't want to have to stop and buy fuel. Now when you're hauling the super loads on this thing, what I call the super loads, which are the ones with the escorts, they waive any fuel. They fill you up with fuel. You'll have enough fuel to get there, and you don't have to go out. You don't have to go off the path or out of your route at all. So that makes it a lot easier. That makes it a lot easier to get by and get the load delivered. You know, when you're hauling the super long loads, it might be a little difficult to get into the truck stops or the gas stations and get fuel. Certainly in the gas stations, because those are set up for cars. They're not really set up for trucks. You can get in there with a tractor sometimes. Usually you can. I haven't had any problems with that. Truck stops, again, you know, you should be able to get into them, but hauling a super long load or super wide load, it's more difficult, and they waive that on the game, I guess you could say. And we have about 2 hours and 14 minutes left on our journey into coast to coast. And so far I like it. It's doing good. Just got to watch my speed because I took the speed limiter off. And I think my speed limiter now is set actually at 80 miles an hour or 85 or something. But actually, I think I took it off completely. But if I did put it on here, it would be set at 85, I believe. But if you can imagine going 85 in this truck, it was just great on the straightaway again, you know, it's fun. But not so sure I want to do it on the curves. You know, going 75, you can't take your eyes off the game at all. I looked over to the monitor there to see what time it was in real life, and it took me over the other lane. So I think going 75, you really have to pay attention to the road here. Another rest stop, truck stop. It says we've already been to it. I guess when you bypass, when you go by it says you've been there. I don't know. We haven't been to any of those. I do know in the game, in the settings, it shows how many or what percentage of roads you've traveled on in the game, and it was up to 57%. And when I downloaded this, it dropped me down to 19.7%, which makes sense because I picked up a lot more roads, right? And also, when I looked at the map, it doesn't have a lot of roads in some of the states. You know, if you looked at the 7 states we had, there were a lot of different roads, looking at different highways, different things you could do. In this one, there is, for instance, in Wisconsin, there's only 2 highways. In South Dakota, I believe there's only 1 highway, which I believe is 90. Or 25, or 29, I'm sorry, 29. It comes down from...
Stay right, and then exit right.
Should we believe them? That's the question. Should we believe them? We are in Mississippi.
Exit right.
Well, we can't. So we're going to have to go up this way.
Okay, let's find a new route.
We're only 38 minutes away, folks.
Stay right, and then exit right.
38 minutes away. And that exit's messed up.
Exit right.
Too.
Stay right, and then exit right.
We're going to go to the right down instead of circle back around. We
Exit right.
the map. We're going to go to the right down here. We're not going to go to the left like they want us to.
Turn left.
Nope. We're going to go to the right. Sorry, I know more than you do this time, GPS.
Okay, let's find a new route.
See, I knew something they didn't. I saw the police on the other side. They're blocking it going the other way, so we weren't going to get back to where we need to be. They were just going to run us around in a circle, and we're not going to do that this time. We're going to go right up here. We're going to go to the right, and we're going to be there. See it on the GPS? See, we know something that they didn't. I know something they didn't know. It's going to be a little bit of a long video, not terribly long. No, not too long. We can edit it down. I mean, when I was going 80, 85 miles an hour all over the road, you might see some of that. It's just too fast for this truck to be going 85 on the highway. We are in town, so I will go a little bit slower in town. Not going to do 85 through town. I don't think they're going to appreciate that. Not much I'd be crashing through all these buildings.
Go straight.
Yes, we will. There's kind of a certain point with the volume. I like to hear the truck, but at some point it gets too loud and it overshadows my voice. And I don't want that. I want to be able to talk to you. So I'm going to raise it up a little bit so you can hear it maybe. Open the window, maybe you can hear a little bit too.
Stay right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Now we're going to find out if I adjusted the steering too much because we're in town. Sometimes it doesn't turn too well on slow speeds when it does on higher speeds.
Go straight.
I just seen an error. 5 is in California. It's not in Arkansas.
Stay right, and then exit right. Exit right. Stay left, and then turn left. Turn left. At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit now. Stay right. Stay left, and then turn left. It's all over now.
And we made it. We have made it. Our first trip with good work. It's our first trip on the coast to coast. Went rather interestingly. It's not bad. Not bad. Let's see what they got coming out of it. See if we have any jobs coming out of here. And we do. Okay. We can go to Omaha. We can go to Meridian. We can go to San Antonio.